Okay, so diversity in counseling settings, they're really talking about presence of particular difference between individuals or group, people and society. So if we're talking about clients in the room, from the perspective of therapists, they owe to a client to understand their background. They owe to a client a really in-depth understanding where are they coming from in terms of cultural orientation, but also cultural influence, right? So it's completely not okay if your therapist is lacking in that knowledge and he's using that opportunity to meet you and treat you for his benefit, meaning he is asking you to explain him or her, what do you mean by certain belief system or certain choices in your life, right? So if you're finding yourself educating a counselor to your religious or to your cultural differences, to, that diversity that exists in the room, you finding yourself a teacher, this is not a therapy. This is not a right place for you. Your counselor should be undertaking professional development, should be taking necessary and beneficial steps to educate themselves before they even meet you, right? Before they actually go in depth in therapeutic alliance, before they know ins and outs of your psyche, they really should be at home with your cultural background. I really want you to know that it's really, really important. Now, what do we mean by diversity? There is that big seven, right? Age, gender, race, religion, ability, sexuality, and socioeconomics, right? So if you think about yourself, meaning what really what differentiates me from others, you can think about it just like I've pictured on that diagram. You are having a relationship with culture and nationality. They are your heritage. They have influence on who you are. Same thing for race and ethnicity, gender, sexuality, religion, spirituality, personal and professional roles, right? And we all are the same in a sense. We align ourselves with those markers, but at the same time, we are all different because we have different beliefs, experiences, and backgrounds in those areas. Okay, now where Islamic counseling comes in, it shows us that none of those, however significant, none of those are really important to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How do we know it? Just go back to Quran, to Surah 49, verse 13, and you are going to be reminded, oh humanity, indeed, we have created you from a male and a female and made you into peoples and tribes so that you may get to know one another. So you get to know one another by understanding differences. How else can you understand yourself? How else can you understand your place in the world if you don't see the differences? So this is the beauty underlying in Quran of diversity. It's there to teach us. It's there to educate us about ourselves and others. It's not there to discriminate. It's not there to humiliate. It's not there to build prejudice. It's there for pure learning, okay? In terms of self-development and probably a passion for world, passion for people. It can develop into science as well as psychology or anthropology, history. Now, if we go back to counseling, Islamic counseling especially, we also want to remember what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from us. And he finishes that ayah by saying, surely the most noble of you are inside of Allah are those who are most righteous. So the righteousness in Islamic terminology means you are developed at the level of adab, you are developed at the level of spirituality. So we're talking about tarbiyah and tazkiyah, right? So all of those differences, they are there for a reasons for you to go back inside of you and know yourself even better. They are not there for you to develop any nationalistic or any other inclinations, right? In fact, in Muslim and Bukhari, we find a warning from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, tribalism and alone or mixed with religion, or religion is purely rotten. meaning leave it, it is rotten. That's what Prophet ﷺ advised to all Muslims, right? So it is not it is not realistic to say that we also are accepting, or we all are so loving to one another. We are actually divided because of our biases. We are also we should be very honest about the fact that we all also have prejudices, right? We cannot run away from that fact, but we can choose to work on it and align ourselves with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam advise us to do, what is most beloved. So what should stand out is how you create your character, not your lineage. Right? What you should be known for is for a person who has sincerity of faith, who has sincerity of intention, sincerities of his actions, not otherwise. So if you are finding yourself and you're working with Muslims, right, you're probably going to find those stereotypes, and you probably want to challenge them. By stereotypes, I mean this preconceptions about different characteristics of dispersed ummah. We all in ummah coming from different backgrounds. We have different colors of skins, we have different ethnicity, we have different languages, we have different social status, and so forth. However, you will find when you work with Muslim clients, some attitudes, also preconceptions which you want to challenge. So things like, oh no, all reverts are here for a short while, they're going to go back to their religion. Or hijab is only for unemployed immigrants, it's not for educated women. Or Hajj is only for older age, now I need to earn my money, I need to enjoy my life. Or all Somalians are educated and misbehaved. Or Pakistanis, they are really all about what they're concentrating on is earning money. They're not about their deen. Or fasting in Ramadan is only for people who are fit. It's not for people who are physically engaged in their work. Women should stay at home, men should earn more money than women, and so forth, you know. So this list can carry on, but I hope you had that the differentiation of those prejudice-based approaches and belief systems are really not close to ethnicity or social aspects. They're also going in depth into religion, because we all are just humans, and we're going to have different understanding of religion, different education in the deen, right? So you, as an Islamic counselor, you want to hear those things, and you want to give nasiha, but also challenge those things, because diversity is there to teach us. Diversity is not here to disperse us. Okay, I hope that was useful. I'm going to show you so much more about Islamic counseling in next series, inshallah. Please stay tuned, sign up to my YouTube channel,